Planning is bringing the future into the present so that you can do something about it now.
"Would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here?" asked Alice. "That depends a good deal on where you want to go," said the cat. "I don't much care where," said Alice. "Then it doesn't matter which way you go," said the cat. Alice's classic encounter with a Cheshire cat in Lewis Carroll's Alice's Adventures in Wonderland reveals the close connection between purpose and priority. Live with purpose, and you know where you want to go. Live by priority, and you'll know what to do to get there. When each day begins, we each have a choice. We can ask, "What shall I do?" or "What should I do?" Without direction, without purpose, whatever you shall do will always get you somewhere. But when you're going somewhere on purpose, there will always be something you should do that will get you where you must go. When your life is on purpose, living by priority takes precedence.
Goal setting to the now.
As Ebenezer Scrooge profoundly discovered, our life is driven by the purpose we give it. But there's a catch even he had to confront. Purpose has the power to shape our lives only in direct proportion to the power of the priority we connect it to. Purpose without priority is powerless. To be precise, the word is priority, not priorities. And it originated in the 14th century from the Latin prior, meaning first. If something mattered the most, it was a priority. Curiously, priority remained unpluralized until around the 20th century, when the world apparently demoted it to mean generally something that matters, and the plural priorities appeared. With the loss of its initial intent, a wide variety of sayings like most pressing matter, prime concern, and on the front burner pitched in to recapture the essence of the original. Today, we elevate priority to its former meaning by adding highest, top, first, main, and most important in front of it. It would seem priority has traveled an interesting road. So watch your language. You may have many ways to talk about priority, but no matter the words you choose, to achieve extraordinary results, your meaning must be the same. One thing. Whenever I teach goal setting, I make it my top priority to show how a goal and a priority work together. I do this by asking, why do we set goals and create plans? In spite of all the good answers I get, the truth is we have goals and plans for only one reason: to be appropriate in the moments of our lives that matter. While we may pull from the past and forecast the future, our only reality is the present moment. Right now is all we have to work with. Our past is but a former now, our future a potential one. To drive this point home, I started referring to the way to create a powerful priority as goal setting to the now, to emphasize why we were creating a priority in the first place. The truth about success is that our ability to achieve extraordinary results in the future lies in stringing together powerful moments, one after the other. What you do in any given moment determines what you experience in the next. Your present now, and all future nows, are undeniably determined by the priority you live in the moment. The deciding factor in determining how you set that priority is who wins the battle between your present and future selves. If you're offered a choice of $100 today or $200 next year, which would you choose? The $200, right? You would if your goal were to make the most money from the opportunity. Strangely, most people don't make that choice. Economists have long known that even though people prefer big rewards over small ones, they have an even stronger preference for present rewards over future ones, even when the future rewards are much bigger. It's an ordinary occurrence, oddly named hyperbolic discounting. The farther away a reward is in the future, the smaller the immediate motivation to achieve it. Maybe it's because objects that are farther away appear smaller, so people mistakenly assume they really are and discount their value. That might explain why so many people would actually choose the $100 today over twice the amount in the future. Their present bias overrides logic, and they allow a big future with potentially extraordinary results to get away. Now imagine the devastating impact living this way every day could have on your future self. Remember our conversation on delayed gratification? Turns out that what starts out as marshmallows can later cost you much more. We need a simple way of thinking to save us from ourselves, set the right priority, and move closer toward accomplishing our purpose. Goal setting to the now will get you there. By thinking through the filter of goal setting to the now, you set a future goal and then methodically drill down to what you should be doing right now. It can be a little like a Russian Matryoshka doll, in that your one thing right now is nested inside your one thing today, which is nested inside your one thing this week, which is nested inside your one thing this month. It's how a small thing can actually build up to a big one. You're lining up your dominoes. Figure 24 on theonething.com shows you how to figure out what you should be doing right now by using goal setting to the now. It starts by asking, what's the one thing I want to do someday? And gets more and more specific until the present moment, when it asks, based on my daily goal, what's the one thing I can do right now? To understand how goal setting to the now will guide your thinking and determine your most important priority, consider the following litany. Based on my someday goal, what's the one thing I can do in the next 5 years to be on track to achieve it? Now, based on my 5-year goal, what's the one thing I can do this year to be on track to achieve my 5-year goal, so that I'm on track to achieve my someday goal? Now, based on my goal this year, what's the one thing I can do this month, so I'm on track to achieve my goal this year, so I'm on track to achieve my 5-year goal, so I'm on track to achieve my someday goal? Now, based on my goal this month, what's the one thing I can do this week so I'm on track to achieve my goal this month, so I'm on track to achieve my goal this year, so I'm on track to achieve my 5-year goal, so I'm on track to achieve my someday goal? Now, based on my goal this week, what's the one thing I can do today so I'm on track to achieve my goal this week, so I'm on track to achieve my goal this month, so I'm on track to achieve my goal this year, so I'm on track to achieve my 5-year goal, so I'm on track to achieve my someday goal? So based on my goal today, what's the one thing I can do right now, so I'm on track to achieve my goal today, so I'm on track to achieve my goal this week, so I'm on track to achieve my goal this month, so I'm on track to achieve my goal this year, so I'm on track to achieve my 5-year goal, so I'm on track to achieve my someday goal? I hope you hung in there and listened to the entire thing. Why? Because you're training your mind how to think, how to connect one goal with the next over time until you know the most important thing you must do right now. You're learning how to think big, but go small. To prove its value, just skip the steps by asking yourself, what's the one thing I can do right now so I'm on track to achieve my someday goal? It doesn't work. The moment is too far from the future for you to clearly see your key priority. In fact, you can keep adding back in today, this week, and so on, but you won't see the powerful priority you seek until you've added back in all the steps. It's why most people never get close to their goals. They haven't connected today to all the tomorrows it will take to get there. Connect today to all your tomorrows. It matters. Research backs this up. In 3 separate studies, psychologists observed 262 students to see the impact of visualization on outcomes. The students were asked to visualize in one of 2 ways. Those in one group were told to visualize the outcome, such as getting an A on an exam, and the others were asked to visualize the process needed to achieve a desired outcome, such as all of the study sessions needed to earn that A on the exam. In the end, students who visualized the process performed better across the board. They studied earlier and more frequently and earned higher grades than those who simply visualized the outcome. People tend to be overly optimistic about what they can accomplish, and therefore, most don't think things all the way through. Researchers call this the planning fallacy. Visualizing the process, breaking a big goal down into the steps needed to achieve it, helps engage the strategic thinking you need to plan for and achieve extraordinary results. This is why goal setting to the now really works. I have this dialogue with people every day. It's particularly effective when they ask me what they should do. I turn it around and say, before I answer your question, let me ask you something. Where are you going? And where do you want to be someday? Without fail, as I walk them through goal setting to the now, they catch on quickly and come up with their own answers. And by the time they tell me the one thing they should be doing right now, I laughingly ask, so why are you still talking to me? Your last step is to write down your answers. Much has been written about writing down goals, and for a very good reason. It works. In 2008, Dr. Gail Matthews of the Dominican University of California recruited 267 participants from a wide range of professions, such as lawyers, accountants, nonprofit employees, and marketers from a variety of countries. Those who wrote down their goals were 39.5% more likely to accomplish them. Writing down your goals and your most important priority is your final step to living by priority.
Big ideas. There can only be one. Your most important priority is the one thing you can do right now that will help you achieve what matters most to you. You may have many priorities, but dig deep and you'll discover there is always one thing that matters most. Your top priority. Your one thing. Goal set to the now. Knowing your future goal is how you begin. Identifying the steps you need to accomplish along the way keeps your thinking clear while you uncover the right priority you need to accomplish right now. Put pen to paper. Write your goals down and keep them close.